Bring this closer. Sometimes I wish I can just play music, like for real, but they'll take my video down if I play music that, it's called what? Anti-piracy or what is it called? What is it called? When I'm not authorized to play someone's music when I'm shooting a video. Oh, there's a name for it. What is it? Copyright? Copyright. So I don't want my video taken down but sometimes I just feel like playing music. Hello, beautiful people. How are you guys doing? I know I'm always a happy-go-lucky. Okay, look at my face. Some of you already know once you see this. If you do chemical peel, this is a chemical peel. The summer is winding down here. Summer is about to go away in Texas. So I went to go get this chemical peel done. Because it's hot. It's hotter. Here, it's hotter. Texas is hotter than Nigeria, just so you know. If you've never been to Texas. From April or May till it's still hot now in Austin, Texas. Still hot. No, Houston, Austin. But they're all almost the same. They're probably like a couple of degrees from each other. It's still hot here. Like right now it's nice. Let me see what the weather is right now. Sometimes we're in October, right? In Chicago, it's nice right now. It's fall. You dress, you look nice. You know, fall. I love Chicago fall, but Texas is still hot. Let me tell you guys what the degree is right now in Texas. Texas is hotter than Nigeria in my opinion. So if you're a Texan, you live in Texas, you're a Texan. That means you live in Texas or you've been in Texas. A Texan is if you've lived in Texas for over 10 years. But if you live in Texas and you're from Nigeria or Africa, leave a comment. Let me know. Texas and Africa or Texas or Nigeria, which one is harder? I say Texas is harder than Nigeria. It's harder. It's hot here. Sometimes I don't want to leave the house because it's so hot. Like I went for a run this morning up on the hills and the weather was nice. But sometimes you'll be surprised, like by 10 a.m., from 6, 7, 8 a.m., you'll be like, is it the same city? Like the weather becomes night and day. Like it flips real quick. So like what happens is before it gets really hot, I get a micro needling. Like I try to get my face done every 6 weeks. So I did micro needling. I love micro needling. I did micro needling in April and I just let the summer heat just beat me like I exfoliate my skin. I just exfoliated like a few days ago. See, I exfoliate my skin so it can look nice. So take all that sunburn. So I like to exfoliate when I take a shower. I like exfoliate once a week. So it depends on how much I was in the sun, sometimes twice a week. You know, sometimes if I feel like I was in the sun for too long, even if I just exfoliated yesterday, when I'm taking a shower today, I just exfoliate while I'm taking a shower. So it's hot. So I did my micro needling in April. I decided I'll just ride the whole summer out and then go get a chemical peel. Now that the summer is coming to an end in Texas, even if it's still hot, sometimes I decided, let me get chemical peel. My next one, you guys are also going to see it because I shoot videos almost every day. It's going to be micro needling. I'm going to keep switching back and forth. And then I'll do other face stuff. So it's called exorcism. Do you guys know anything about exorcism? Yeah. But let me not go into that. But sometimes I wish I can play music, you know. And I was going to tell you guys what the weather is right now and what it will be later. Hold on, people. It says right now, cloudy, 87 degrees in Austin. And then what's the highest it will be today? It's going to be 89. So yesterday was about 90 something. But sometimes you think it's like 100 degrees. And by the way, if it says it will be, the highest will be 89 degrees, I always add like 5 more degrees to it. That means it's going to be like 95, 94 degrees. Yeah, in Austin. So there you have it. And hold on here. So what are you guys up to today? You can leave it in the comment section. Once I get you guys subscribe, trust me, you will love me more when I can do live videos, when I can do live shows, when I can talk live. But I think for me to be live on YouTube, I have to have 1,000 subscribers. So let's get to 1,000 subscribers so I can start doing live. We can have a party, we can ball out, we can have more fun when I do live, so I can involve you guys more into my life. Let's talk about us, and you guys can talk too. So subscribe if you're watching. If you haven't subscribed, just hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 1,000 so I can start doing live videos, so I can involve you guys. We can all go back and forth. You guys can even call, text while we're talking on live, and we can have some parties sometimes, you know. So it says that you've seen on the title, the life expectancy of Nigerians. It says the life expectancy of Nigerians is less than 60 years old. Life expectancy of Nigerians is less than 60 years old. Let me see what the life expectancy is of American life expectancy. In 2023, life expectancy in the United States was 78. What's 78.4 years? Girl, bye. 78 years. With males at 75 years and female at 81 years. 75 male. This was 2023. And female 81 years. Representing a rebound from pandemic lows, but a slower recovery, blah, blah, blah. So, in the United States, the life expectancy, like 2 years ago in 2023, was the last time they did this, was 78 years old. With males at 75. So the 78 is just averaging, right? Both male and female. The male, 75 years old, and female, 81 years old. 81 years old. Listen, if you've lived, because we're about to talk about life expectancy in Nigeria. I saw it. I was like, no, I'm going to talk about this. If you've lived and you've taken great care of yourself and you're 80 years old and you buy, right? You guys say buy, because I don't want to say DEAD, right? Here. If you've lived and you're 80 and you passed on, you have no regret. 80 years is a perfect age to be gone and be like, oh, if you died at 80, I always say, why are people wearing black? Wear white to celebrate. The person lived. I hope as long as they lived. If you've lived, even if you haven't lived, if you live up to 80 years old and you pass on, great. 80, 85, 90, perfect. Be like, oh, okay, I'm so sorry for your loss, but 80, good. I do that a lot. How old was he? How old was she? Say 80. I said, oh, may her soul rest in peace, blah, 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 blah. May his soul rest in peace, blah, blah. And then I'm like, hey, they live to be 80. You know what I'm saying? 75, okay, for the male. I think you know, as human beings, if you weren't sick, you didn't get hit by something, or nothing happened. 80 years, as from 80 is a great age to be gone, to go meet the Lord. So now let's see. Nigerians, especially Nigerians in Nigeria, you guys have to I take great care of myself. Look at what I'm drinking today. I make my own juice. I eat lots of vegetables. I eat clean most of the time because I'm human. Most of the time I eat clean. And then once in a while that Nigerian food crawls in and finds its way to my heart and I eat it. You know what I ate last night? Not night because I don't like eating late, but for dinner, I had fried rice with salad and goat meat. I ordered it. So because with Nigerian food, there are some Nigerian food that I cook and I leave in the refrigerator and I cook them in a healthy way, like okra with no oil. I cook stew with not a lot of oil, and even if after I cook it, I still try to drain out. You know, when you're done cooking, No matter how little oil you use, the oil still comes on top. That's how you really know the stew is done. I still drain that little oil that I used out. I try to find it and drain it. And you know what other thing I do? You know, when you guys, when we parboil meat, before we use those meats like chicken, goat meat or whatever to cook food, just a quick stuff. If you're watching and you're Nigerian or African or whatever, because we all cook almost the same thing, you can take this from your land and maybe something that you want to use when you cook. When I boil the meat down, right? You boil it and then you use the broth, right? Right away. All that fat in that goat meat, that chicken or whatever, you use it for your food and you put more oil again for the stew, for the soup, for the whatever. That's a lot. And that's why you guys wonder why a lot of Africans walk around, beautiful people with their gut hanging out, like stomach big. You see a skinny person with big stomach and automatically I'm like, it's the African food. It's the Nigerian food they're eating. So this is what I do. When I boil the meat that I'm going to use to cook my food, most times I boil it a day before I'm cooking. Because I always put like on my phone, cook so food. So I know if to bring out meat in the freezer a day before, a night before, whatever. So I boil the meat. Like I'm going to cook oxtail on Sunday. So I'm going to buy the oxtail on Saturday. And I'm going to boil it on Saturday. And I'm going to put it in the fridge. When it cools down, the broth, I'm going to put it in the fridge. It's like how they cook pho. If you've eaten pho, Vietnamese pho, the pho broth. So I take it, I actually learned it from there, long time ago. I take the broth once it cools down and I put it in the fridge. When you wake up in the morning, you see all the fat become stale on top of the liquid. So I bring it out and I take that fat out. And then put the broth back in the pot and reheat it and use it to cook my stew, whatever I needed the broth for. Goat, chicken, whatever, all meat have fat. So that's how I take out most of the fat out of it. So the life expectancy. Do you guys know what the life expectancy is? I got this from, where is it? It says Nigeria ranked lowest in global life expectancy, report says. Nigeria ranked the lowest in global life expectancy. Are we surprised? I know someone now is going to leave it. How they tell, no, who told them, who tell them, who is doing this? They're not right. You guys really, have you guys seen how some of you eat? I see social media. I know somebody's going to say, no. Even in real life, when I go to Nigeria, I see how people eat. And I just like, wait, you're going to eat all that food? Even my daughter does it to my brother, one of my brother. When he eats. And my daughter always goes, Uncle So, are you going to eat that food? And I kind of just joke, like, leave him alone, let him eat. You know what I'm saying? So, Nigerians, you guys eat. You all eat too much. Everything in moderation. But you guys feel like in one sitting, you eat breakfast carbs and oil. You eat lunch, or some of you will eat breakfast, and then your dinner, you're making up for lunch and dinner. You know? So, let's see. Let's read this. It says Nigeria ranked lowest in global life expectancy report. Nigeria has been ranked as the country with the lowest life expectancy in the world, with an average lifespan of 55 years. 55 years. Life just started most of the time. You barely just passed a century. Like, our life expectancy is like 100 years. So someone reaches 50, be like, oh, half more to go. 55, it says 54.9, so I'm rounding it up with that 9 to 55 years. According to the latest United Nations World Population Prospects Report, the data shows that Nigerian men live an average of 54.3 years. They should be taking those okay, I understand. But they're just averaging, both men and women. 54 years. While women live slightly longer at 54.9. So women 55, men 54. I'm not surprised. Guess what happened? The last time I was in Nigeria was last year, February. I went to my grandmother's funeral. She died at the age of 85, 86. They're still not sure, but we know she was more than 80 years old, right? While my grandmother's mother died at 106. My family, they have good life expectancy, though. So thank God, you know. My mom just turned 70. But a lot of people in Nigeria, I want to tell you guys this, and why I said I'm not surprised. When I was in Nigeria, all I was hearing, this person died. We're preparing for my grandmother's funeral. And they will call my mom, oh, one of our friends just died. Or somebody else that she knows just died. And then while I was there, there's a guy, may his soul rest in peace, is a family member, Precious. Young guy. I'm older than him. He's in his... Even our last born is older than him. So he died last year. He would have been maybe like 34, 35 this year. And I was dealing car business with him. Invested thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars doing car business with him. Just right after my grandmother's funeral, they called us and told us that he died. We went to the hospital to where he was and everything. I still feel bad. And 30-something years old. And it wasn't just him. Oh, we were here. Well, this one died. This one died. This one don't die. The other one don't die. And then... And then just summer when my mom came here, after we did the funeral in February of 2024, we came back. My mom came here for summer because she comes every summer. Around July or August, they called her that the guy that drives us around is a family member, distant family member. But when he's around every time, Jones, he drives us around. He helps us out when we're around, when we come. He died when my mom was here. My mom's relative. She was, I'm like, what's with this death? And Jones too was what? 30-something years old. Excuse me. And you know what's funny? When these people die, they don't do autopsy. They don't do nothing because they don't have the money. They worried about, who's going to worry about paying for autopsy when they're already worried about where they're going to find money to bury him or her. And then my mom's friend also died. I'm close to my mom's friend's kids. She died just at 69. She was turning 70 last year, but she died. Around the time, the guy that my family member or friend that I was doing the car business with, she died, and then days later, they called us that Precious was dying or died. We're looking for him in every hospital. We got there. My brother went in there because my brother is a surgeon in New York. He went in there, looked at him and said, he's gone. Young people. So I'm not surprised when I saw this, like the life expectancy is 55 and 54 years old. When I saw it, I was like, I just want to make sure these things, I'm bringing awareness to them. If you guys ever see, change the way you eat. Take good care. Not if you can't take great care of yourself. Reduce your sugar intake. If you cannot 100% reduce it. Do I eat sugar? I just baked banana bread yesterday. But when they say use 3 banana, yes, banana is healthy. But when they say use half cup for the banana, use whole wheat baking powder for the banana bread. But they say use half cup of sugar. I use 1/4 cup of sugar. Half cup, no, that's too much. Banana is already sweet. So I use what? 1/4 cup instead of half cup. That's 4 tablespoons. 1/4 cup is 4 tablespoons. Instead of half cup, which would have been what? 8 tablespoons of sugar. They say use vegetable oil. Half cup of vegetable oil. I use 1/4 cup of olive oil. And guess what? It still comes out and tastes great. Okay? Vegetables, smoothies, juicing. I eat vegetables. I eat steamed or grilled fish and a bed of veggies or sauteed spinach. Things like that. You guys have to, okay, in Nigeria, you say, where we want to get all those kind of things? How are we going to do this? But there are ways. In Nigeria, most of the things that we cook is vegetable, but we just kill it with oil. If you were to use, some people, you see them pouring, like when I'm watching some videos now, how to cook this, how to do that. I said, I'm going to start doing videos because I love to cook. And I'm a great cook. Not just, oh, she cook, but food doesn't taste my food. People actually tell me to open a restaurant. I'm like, you don't need all that oil. You know, if you use, some people say it's the oil that makes it taste. No, it's not. That makes it taste better. No. No. And then you're going to eat all that oil, but the way you will like perm the food, boom, boom, on top, on top, you load it. No, you don't need that. Everything in moderation and you'll be fine. Go for your checkups. There are lots of Nigerians. They don't even know where is the hospital or which doctors or physicians to go see. Check up on yourself. Go for checkups. Take care of yourself. This is sad that life expectancy of a man in Nigeria is 54 and for a woman is 55. And guess what? All you hear in Nigeria, this one died, the other one died, the other one died, the other one had a heart attack, the other one was sleeping and did not wake up, the other one was doing this one and that. It's so common in Nigeria. I'm not going to talk about, please leave a comment, like this video. Let me know what you guys think, but I don't want to hear. It's not only in Nigeria, it's everywhere. No, I'm talking about Nigeria because that's what we're talking about right now. And if you're not Nigerian, what is it in your country? How is it in your country? What's the life expectancy in your country? Leave a comment. But I'm going to finish reading this. It says, longer. It says, why women live slightly longer at 54.9, which is 55. So 54, 55. Same life expectancy, both men and women in Nigeria. This places Nigeria at the bottom of the global list, followed closely by Chad, 55.2. So Chad and Nigeria is the same years. I'm just going to say 54, 55, 50. No, same. And South Sudan and the Central African Republic, 57 years. The UN report reveals that 22 of the 25 countries with the lowest life expectancy are in sub-Saharan Africa. Other countries on the list include Lesotho, 57, Somalia, 59. Health experts attribute Nigerians' low ranking to persistent challenges such as high maternal and infant mortality, poor healthcare access, and insecurity in several regions. The World Health Organization also cites chronic diseases, including cancer, cardiovascular conditions, diabetes, and mental health disorders. See what I said? As major causes of death and disability worldwide. Eat more healthy food. Nigeria is full of healthy food. So you can say where we want to get, there's vegetable, which is, the spinach might be different, but there's vegetable. So much vegetable. The food that we cook is full of vegetables in Nigeria. But what kills it is the oil. And I've seen people, the way they will be drinking soda. Soda. I know someone is going to say, what's soda? Coke, Fanta, juice. Do you know how much sugar they put in those juice? Some of you don't even know how to read calories on the food that you eat. All food, if you buy those soda juice, they have calories in them. Check how many sugar was added to whatever it is that you're drinking. The worst thing that causes obesity is juices and soda because of the sugar that is added to it. The first thing that I always tell people to look, always check how much sugar is added to whatever you're eating or drinking. Doctor says if it's more than 5, some people say more than 5, some people said no more than 10 added sugar. No more than 10% added sugar or 5% or 5% added sugar. I always go with between 5 and 7. Check. You see some of them 16, 20-something added sugar like Fanta. So it's like 20-something added, 20-something% added sugar or whatever. Let me show you guys. You see this juice now because I like to juice mine, but it's done, it's finished. But so you guys can just see an example that I'm talking about, right? Look at this. Do you see? Let me see. Can you guys see? Larry. If you can see, there's no added sugar. So it says included 0 added sugar right here. Like right here. But you can't see it. Let me see. It's really black. You see it? Where it says included 0 added sugar. I'm just bringing this as an awareness. Maybe I can take a picture and post it if you guys are interested. Right here, right here before the protein. It says 0 added sugar. So it's just all apple, celery, cucumber, kale, collards, and lemon. They juice it and just put it. That's why they don't have a long shelf life either. So everything in moderation. We need to have a higher life expectancy. People are dying too much in Nigeria. I just thought I should bring that. I like to bring awareness. If you watch most of my videos, I try to make it in a way that is informative. Like, most times they're kind of like an awareness. If you don't know, now you know. You know, so what do you guys think? Have you liked my videos yet? Have you subscribed? Leave a comment and let me know what you guys think. I love you guys. Bye.